Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation on responding to English negative question, an interlanguage pragmatic study of Indonesian college level English foreign language learner. I'm Ivan Fazlimon Wahyudin and I'm joined by my colleagues Aditya, George, and Onosa. We conducted this study under the supervision of Mr. Adam Damanhuri. Let's into our research.
Okay, so what's the big deal? Effective communication is more than just a grammar. It involves using language appropriately in various social contexts known as pragmatic competence. For a second language learner, this can be particularly challenging, especially with structures like negative questions. For example, responding to "Don't you like coffee?" can be tricky. This study explored this challenge faced by Indonesian EFL's learners.
So, what theories help us to understand this? To comprehend the complexities of responding to negative questions, we rely on three pivotal theories. The first one is contrastive analysis hypothesis. This hypothesis, proposed by linguists like Robert Lado, suggests that the differences and similarities between a learner's native language and the target language can predict areas of difficulty. For Indonesian learners whose language structure differs significantly from English, especially in forming and responding to negative questions, this hypothesis helps us anticipate and understand specific challenges they might face. Secondly, it's interlanguage theory developed by Larry Selinker. This theory posits that the language system used by second language learners is not merely a deficient version of the target language, but a distinct system in its own right. This interlanguage is dynamic and influenced by both the learner's native language and the target language. For our learners, this means the responses to English negative question may reflect a blend of Indonesian and English linguistic rules, creating unique patterns that are neither fully Indonesian nor fully English. The last one is pragmatic transfer. So, this concept involves the transfer of pragmatic norms and rules from the learner's first language to the second language. While this can sometimes aid communication if the norms are similar, it often leads to misunderstandings when the norms differ. For example, Indonesian learners might use Indonesian pragmatic strategies when responding to English negative questions, which can confuse native English speakers who expect polarity based responses. Next.
Alright, so the distinction between English and Indonesia in responding to negative question is profound and noted in the linguistic structure. English as polarity based. So in English, response to negative question are based on the polarity of the proposition. If someone asks, "Don't you like coffee?" and you do like coffee, you will respond, "Yes, I do," affirming the positive polarity. Conversely, if you don't like coffee, you will say, "No, I don't." This affirming the negative polarity. This system can be continuative for learner whose native language operate differently. Meanwhile, Indonesia is truth-based. So Indonesia, on the other hand, is truth-based, which is respond are aligned with the truth value of the question proposition. Using the same example, if you like coffee, you'll respond tidak, saya suka kopi. Tidak, saya suka kopi, which translate to no, I like coffee. Here negative assumption in the question asserting the truth that you do like coffee. This fundamental difference can lead to significant confusion and miscommunication when a nation learner attempt to respond to English negative question.
And then, our research, what are we investigating? So, our research is driven by a set of key questions designed to uncover the pragmatic challenges faced by Indonesian EFL learners. Understanding responses. How do Indonesian college EFL learners interpret and respond to yes or no answers in the context of English negative questions? This question seeks to uncover the cognitive processes involved when learners encounter and respond to these questions. Strategies and patterns. What words and what strategies do these learners use when answering negative questions in English. By identifying common patterns and strategies, we can better understand the interlanguage systems they develop. Influence of Indonesian language habits. Do their answers reflect patterns from their Indonesian language habits? This question explores the extent of pragmatic transfer and how deeply ingrained native language habits influence second language responses. Comparison with Indonesian responses. How do learners typically answer similar negative questions in Indonesian? By comparing responses in both languages, we can highlight the differences and similarities, providing insights into the learner's pragmatic competence and areas needing improvement.
Okay. Knowledge is the pragmatic competence. The first one we have is language system. Studies by Fennec and Zhang and Park have shown that language can be categorized as truth-based or polarity-based, influencing how speakers process and respond to negative questions. These categorizations help us understand the broader linguistic context in which our learner operates. Next is cognitive processing. Research indicates that speakers of truth-based language, like Mandarin, take longer to process negative statements compared to speakers of polarity-based language like English. This cognitive difference highlights the challenge faced by learners when navigating between different linguistic systems. Next is pragmatic transfer. Studies on Romanians and Chinese EFL learners have demonstrated that learners often transfer pragmatic norms from their native language to the target language. This transfer can result in responses that are pragmatically inappropriate or unexpected in the target language context. Next is the negative polarity items by Kurniawati. Work on the acquisition of English negative polarity items by Indonesian learners provides additional insights into the specific challenge faced by Indonesian EFL learners for their learning or research.
And finally, we would like to acknowledge the works that have informed our research. These include studies by Park, Vanek and Zhang, Vintila, Zhang, and Kurniawati. Their insights have been invaluable in shaping our understanding and approach to this study.
And so, thank you for your attention. We hope this presentation has provided you with a clear overview of our research on the pragmatic challenges faced by Indonesian EFL learners. Have a great day.